Yo, break it down. Generation X.
Back, baby.
Hey, what you saying? I didn't feel in the fit. the DX colours, you know. This one's hugging me well, you know. That's that PT training lately, bro.
You didn't size up.
Nah, that's that PT training, bro.
Still.
It's them vegan meals, yeah.
Hey, I'm trying something new.
Is this how we're starting? Oh my gosh. Oh, listen. Welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time V. We're live in the flesh, live in direct in the flex. You already know what time it is. Culture comes.
Come on.
FTTV with Kadani, myself, Myro Quadri, and listen, man. Sunday Night Live. We back. We in uniform. We in unison.
Ooh.
Trim's looking good. Skin glowing.
Yeah, every man's doing their thing.
Trying.
We're trying to do our thing.
Trying.
Right?
Getting ready for World Cup. Some news coming. We'll let you know soon. But let's get into what we're here for today. Before we go any further, like, share, subscribe, comment, algorithm.
All of that.
Do it. If you're watching live right now, let's get those numbers in. Go and tell your friends, go and tell your uncle, go and tell your auntie, go and tell your cousins. Let's get everyone in the house. Because you already know what time it is. We've got a packed show today. But, you know, only one place we can start.
Yeah.
I'm not part of that group this week, but hold tight, the 3-point collectors worldwide. Yeah.
Hey, universal. Let's go, baby. We cooking this week.
It doesn't matter where you get it from. If you've got your 3 points, hold tight you. Hold tight the participants as well. I mean, you travelled, you played the 90 minutes. The effort, man. It doesn't count, but the effort.
So it's important.
It doesn't count, it's important.
Fitness.
Trust me, you know. No, it's a long season, isn't it? Hold tight the teams that, you know, there's only one place to start. We've just watched the game. The teams that they said it would take a year. They said it was the impossible job. They said it was a poison chalice.
You said that. You said it was a poison chalice.
It still is, but you know
was
what?
Your word.
He's the antidote. The antidote. Ten Hag, the antidote. Oh, yo, listen. Contract De Gea. The butcher.
Come on, man. We tell you the butcher.
Crashy. Listen, United are on good times right now. Grafted out the result.
Yeah, man.
David Moyes' team didn't particularly try to come and do anything too, you know, amazing. But at the end, it was looking a bit, you know, and it's been one of those things about United, about trying to close out games. But from what you saw today, first and foremost, how are you feeling after that game?
Obviously, you know, when you're sending crosses and stuff, definitely concerns me a little bit. You know what I mean? But we packed that thing too, you know what I mean? But, I mean, listen, when West Ham are throwing in all them crosses, and you got Maguire there, that's his bread and butter, man. As I said, come on, man. That's too easy. That's too easy. Can't throw crosses at Mags, man. That's too easy. Do something in front of him.
Labhead.
Come on, man. That's what his name is for.
Reason.
David Moyes, he doesn't know, man. Come on. This is what Maguire lives for. This is what he does at England as well. Just win the headers. And he's important in their moments. The block at the end. Of course, we want to have a better 90-minute performance. The attacking is still not optimal. It's not at our best right now.
It's improving.
It's just okay. It's still like, but the thing is, it's not a consistent front three. Today was Elanga, Ronaldo, who's been out. Both of them have been out. They both come in, etc. So it's not really a pattern there yet. But however, we like to defend now. We love to defend now. With people like Martinez, is talking about Dallo. These men want to defend. People talk about Dallo's defending all they want. Today at the back post, elite at the back post here with some of them clearances. And then you look at the other side, got Rashford dunking on man at the back post. You know what I mean? So that shows the difference. Today, we really, really dug it out. And listen, you don't want to necessarily be digging it out at Old Trafford, but you get the win. As I said yesterday, we know what we have to do tomorrow. Yeah. We watched Chelsea drop points. We watched Liverpool drop points. You've got one objective. Get it done, and that's what we've done, man. So I'm happy.
Collectors, but what I was going to say as well is that winner with Rashi dunking on that back post. That's almost like
100th goal as well. Let's mention it.
Corner unlocks new traits. I was like, yo, where did he pack this from?
Because
he speak on him this year because I've even been seeing some stats midweek about I think he's matched already what he did in the entirety of last year. Yeah. But this was Mr. Rashford on this podcast. Let's be real.
Crashford.
And I'm not saying you sold your stock, but you was Mr. Rashford. Last year it was tough times.
Tough
But
times
the
never
streets
last.
are saying they never last. So talk to me. What's been the turnaround this year, and what do you think has been the new motivation for him?
I don't know. I feel like obviously when he went through that bad moment, he's still. You're not saying that he's turned around. He's Thierry Henry now, but he went through a bad period after all the MPE stuff and that, and obviously the world turned on him. Everyone, turned on him as Man United had our worst ever season. So it's not going to be easy. You got the pressure. You're that academy boy. You've got that on you, and it did look like it knocked his confidence. Maybe he might say he was still recovering from an injury that he was playing on for years. We don't know. After a while, once the injury kind of excuse, everyone kind of being like, yo, it's been long, bro. Like,
2 years.
It's not a leg break or anything. That's when people started kind of getting onto him. And rightfully so, by the way. Not here to say, oh, you deluded lot. No, Rashford deserved the criticism. But he's got a manager in Ten Hag who has put his arm around him, bro. Ten Hag has made it clear he rates him. Do you know what I mean? Because when you lose your confidence, that's what you need. You need someone to tell you, bro, you're actually a good player, bro. Yeah. You're good. I rate you. I trust you. That's the difference.
But on that as well, someone that says, you know what, I'm going to play to your strengths, or I'm going to utilize in a way that's beneficial for you.
Yeah.
Run the channel.
Mm-hmm. No, but that's the facts. Like, when he's been playing up front, what I've said for a long time is Rashford started overcomplicating his game. Yeah. When it was time to shoot, he's going back to his left foot to dribble. He's getting tackled. His head is down. He went up front for a little couple games and he scored, he assisted, he was doing decent up there. United were playing to his strengths. The last 2 games, he could have walked away 4 goals. Against Spurs and Chelsea, he could have walked away with 4 goals. He walked away with 0. Because that's just because of his finishing at the moment. But he was a nuisance. He simplified his game and started becoming a nuisance. And when you simplify your game and it's working, you start to get more confident. Yeah. Now today he went on the left, he's cutting in, he's taking shots, he's attacking the back post. That's what you want. Even earlier, the ball come across, he shanked the shot. But the intent to come across from that area is exactly what we want. Because you got Anthony, Sancho, them man want the ball to their feet. Yeah. Elanga, just not a great player at all. So, and then Ronaldo is Ronaldo. So you need someone that's going to be making them kind of moves. And that's what Rashford's doing. And I think Ten Hag has told him, just simplify things and then you'll be the better player.
Is that the difference in, you would say, the 2 coaches? Because I feel like you said with a manager who's playing the system towards him, but I felt like Ollie did that as well in the counter-attacking. Yeah. But what I would say as well is Rashford was one of his guys, let's be honest. It's just once his confidence came down, did Ollie have that coaching ability to tell him, simplify your game? Yeah. Just get the decision-making right, rather than trying to go for the overzealous when your confidence down. Keep it simple. 5-yard pass, 1-2, go again. Yeah. Do you think that's the difference between the 2 coaches?
I think Ollie, and the thing is, it's not even just a comment from us. Because a lot of people say freestyle football and stuff, whatever. But so many players come out and they've said the difference between Ten Hag and Ollie is instruction. They get a lot more instruction now. They understand what they want to do on different phases of the pitch. Yeah. So when it was going left and right for Rashford, he was still being told, go do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Make it happen.
Enjoy the game.
Go out there, make it happen.
Boys.
So he's getting on the ball. He's trying to make things happen. I've always said I don't want Rashford being this playmaker type. Get on the end of things. When you get the ball, 1-2 touch, bang it. You know what I mean? Cross it. That's what I want. I think Ten Hag has seen that and he's trying to play to those strengths. And as you mentioned, obviously he scored a header the other day and he scored a header today. Listen, I ain't never seen you act like that. I ain't never seen you act.
Buckets.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny with Rashford as well is he's been around for so long, but he's still only 24. And you start to think also, is Ten Hag coming almost at that right time? Because you always feel like when a player's at that 23, 24, you need to go from being, all right, I'm hitting double figures or whatever, that explosion season. And I always feel like Rashford almost had that under Ollie that year.
Yeah, he did.
But some people could say,
20 goals
it was penalties or whatever. But I just feel like this year, could he have that maybe explosion year, do you reckon?
We had this conversation a while ago where when you were like back in Rashford, a lot of people were like, oh, Rashford hype and everything. And I remember when I came in old Stoppage and I was like, you know what? When you break down Rashford for what he is, one, he should have never been put in the position he was put in when he broke through and everything. But he had to carry United for so long, let's be real. So all of the injuries and everything that came was because this guy was just overplaying. So when he got injured and everything wasn't, he hadn't had a period where he was actually coached as a young player.
Never.
He was thrown in and make it work. So what you're saying is right. This is probably the first phase in his career where it's like, you're not the main guy, but I can coach you to be of use and develop your own game and help the team here.
Yeah.
And what is now interesting is, obviously, people say everything about Ronaldo, but Ronaldo's a senior man in the game. Even if he's around, you're going to see things and pick them up. Who United then bring in next to supplement what you already have is where it's going to be interesting, for me.
Yeah, I feel like explosion season, I don't know yet. I wouldn't say explosion, but as you mentioned, the first time he's actually going to get proper instruction, proper coaching. And the problem with Man United over the years is that we've put, as you said, the pressure on certain players. Deliver. This is go and make it happen. At the moment, I can't look at this Man United team and be like, okay, that's the main man in the team right now. You are the talisman. We haven't got that at the moment. Somebody has to grab that. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad position to be in when you're in this kind of transition period, because you put all the pressure on one person, they don't deliver. All of a sudden, your tits up and it's peak. Right now, him just being on the side, not in the news, none of this MP stuff, none of this paragraphs, none of that. Just focus on his football. His contract is coming up, probably going to get a new deal. That's what you want. But the same with De Gea. You hope it's not situations where guys are playing contract next, because we've had these guys for years and years, and time again, we've been built up, then they come back down, built up, come back down. Luke Shaw, Martial, Rashford, De Gea, a lot of the staples. So hopefully it's not that's not the case, but overall, I thought it was a decent performance, but I think the main thing, again, was De Gea's saves were good.
Clutch.
You know, second half, we had to dig deep. Martinez was big. Maguire was big. I thought Declan Rice had a great game against us as well. I think
Audition?
Huh?
Audition?
Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows who he's going to end up at? You know what I mean? Who knows where he's going to end up at? But
Would you?
I feel like you don't need him.
I didn't say. I said it's an addition. I just said it's. I just said it's an addition.
We'll get to you.
We got a super chat actually about Declan Rice.
Super chat. Don't flop your lines again. Read your lines. I said super.
He was watching you to see what you said.
I was like, what's he saying?
What's he gonna say?
I said.
What did he say over there?
He was like, super chat. Let's go.
I'm good to go, right? JBQ Chelsea fan says, we need Rice and Kovacic 2023. We lack presence in midfield. From Makelele, Ballack, Essien, and Lampard to this bunch of weaklings. Lack of mentality. So
We need presence.
is Declan Rice what you need?
I like the word presence. No, on the real. With Declan Rice, we've had this conversation a few times on Stoppage. His progression from coming in as a centre half to be, I think it's a disservice when people call him a DM. That's my personal take. I think it's a disservice because I see him doing all action. I see him passing. I see him progressing. I see him shooting. I see him doing stuff what a central midfielder does. He's not a DM, but he is the type of person that, you know, he can recover the ball well. He can progress the ball well. He's a presence. He's a leader. You need people that ultimately are going to be active in the centre of the midfield, because when you're a central midfielder, your whole thing is be active in that in the middle area. And you can always say he never hides from being active there.
Yeah.
The worst thing for me is if you have a central midfielder, it's like why am I not seeing your presence in this area? This is your area. So
what I hope is for England, for example, England use him in a more of like an anchor kind of role where he's going to be picking up. That might not be particularly his game or whatever, you know what I mean? So you want to hope that he can be able to do what he does for West Ham, for England. It's not always going to be the case, but now in today's day and age, you need midfielders who can win duels, who can compete, who are athletic. You need that in today's day and age, bro. You got Real Madrid signing man like Tremaine and all these kind of guys. You've seen what Casemiro is doing here. To a lesser extent, maybe under Jose, something, a Højbjerg or whatever. You need guys that can get about and
combative central midfielders.
We know what it's like. You need that, bro, especially in the Premier League.
You can no longer be like a specialist.
No, you got to be combative.
Can you?
No,
where you're just a sweeper in front of the back foot. You can't do that.
You got to be combative.
You need enablers.
Look at Ndidi. Like Ndidi, okay. DM
being pushed back to centre back.
We need more. We need passing, bro. You can't just clean up. We need Wan-Bissaka. Like, you can't just be defensive. You need more. Like, ultimately, like.
But back to United, just quickly. Back to United. Liaz, he said that Lisandro Martinez is Man United's best player.
We touched on this last week, right?
He said he's the best player, the defender in the league at the moment.
Yeah.
But he said,
when we said most important for your team.
He means, you know how he was saying like there's no talisman at the moment. But if you had to hypothetically do the FIFA rankings, he would maybe. Would you agree? Are you agreeing with it? Or do you think Lisandro is right now?
I still got to go Casemiro as Man United's best player. I mean, he's a
Best or important?
He's our most important player as well for me. I mean, Casemiro and Mr.
They packed that thing too.
I have to go because I do this. If Casemiro is injured, you can somehow manage to manage with your midfield options. God forbid the butcher gets injured, you're finished. You're finished.
I mean, we did win games with McTominay and Fred in there.
It's not a tough one. Who are you going to play at the back right now?
Yeah, well, right now we got injuries.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, but obviously, I'm talking about right now we got injuries. I'm talking about their full-blown squad. In our full-blown 11, I still think Casemiro is our best player. He's bona fide elite. Listen,
that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, he's elite. Martinez is top at the moment. But I don't need to say at the moment with Casemiro. He is proven
5 Champions Leagues, caliber.
You know what I mean?
Dog.
Come to this Prem and he's like, what's this? Bro,
let's
get this team to the Champions League. Man. What's this, man? You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh! But
we got one more super chat as well for Man United fan this time. United fan says, "I love the resilience we show at the end of games, but I feel like we surrender control at the end of games way too often. It will end up costing us sooner rather than later."
Can I chip in there? Substitutions. You know when we're talking about you look at something and then you make substitutions. McTominay's coming on the pitch, Fred's coming on the pitch, and it's like, how can I trust these guys to bring calmness? I think that plays a part in United's issue.
No, I think it's also a bit of, it's still that kind of what things have happened in the past. Every years, you know what I mean? You just don't want to concede. And sometimes when you just don't want to concede, you don't think about, let me start popping it. And that's why we need them brains on the pitch. Like, we're just going to control this game. But we kind of surrender it, get to our banks of 4, and we try and defend. I'm not always comfortable with that because I don't want to see the ball bombarded in the box and you're defending. However, as I said, this team love defending. They've got a real unity and connection with them. And you listen to Ten Hag in press conferences, all he talks about a lot of the times is fight, duels, all these type of things. Like, he actually loves that side of the game. Yeah, I mean, he loves that side of the game. Like, so you see when people say he's like,
got that dog about him,
for
sure.
I'm about to say that. You see when people say that, he comes from like Pep school and stuff. He's got something different about him as well. Like Pep, he wants total control. Pep will bring on Foden.
Yeah.
Pep will bring on Foden and Gundogan.
4-4-3.
Do you know what I mean? But Ten Hag, he's still got that little bit of. He's still a little bit more pragmatic.
I said 4-4.
Yeah, bring the keeper out. Pep don't care.
I said the white space is.
We are so wide. We have to control the center and the forward position.
Look, really good.
But nah, man. But 3 points.
Yeah, no, 3 points. There's teams that didn't collect 3 points this weekend. Probably have to start in Chelsea and go to Liverpool. But that performance was a 2-pack of S.
For Taliban. They're saying for Taliban, you know.
We found a new one.
That is hilarious. Obviously, I couldn't watch the game in real time because I was doing stuff. I went back, analysed it.
What you doing?
So Kaepernick.
Getting
what were you
some
doing?
jewelry in his teeth and stuff, yeah? This guy... What's the nails as well, yeah? Hey, listen, we going somewhere else with this signing now. Hey, we going commercial.
Fam, this guy's doing
They're not me. They're not him.
This time he's not wearing socks. He's walking around with no socks.
Bro,
we all changed.
What's happening, man?
Don't bring me involved. This
Real man hype.
Hey, my man's painting his nails like Lil Yachty. Listen.
I said Yachi.
Lil Yachty or whatever that brother's name is. Lil Yachty, sorry. Bo. Come on, man.
I said Lil Yachty.
I'm so old.
Yo, Bo. I'm old.
I'm gonna run upset.
I'm old.
When an old head speaks.
I said, fuck 50.
Bro.
You're dumb.
You're ruthless.
Hey, let's get back on track.
Let's get back on track. You know what I didn't like the most?
That's outrageous, though, but we'll talk about that offset.
The back.
Let's get back to the smoke.
The thing that pissed me off the most was, it's this conversation about, it's our first loss in 10 games of being unbeaten. And it's like, yeah, but are you not watching what we watched? Bro, like 4-1 to your old team.
That's crazy.
again, I know we always bring it up, but that's gross negligence. That's the type of thing where Roman sends 2 question marks and then there's a press release that the manager's been sacked. You can't go to your old job and lose that.
Man said he finally got Brighton scoring goals.
Oh my gosh. But the thing
Guess
that
you can say that Brighton my mood.
What the hell? What's wrong?
Dad jokes. And he's shooting blank.
Back to Chelsea. Back to Chelsea. Order!
I am
Back to
sweating.
Chelsea.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, the performance was trash. But again, when I looked at the way Potter set up, it was similar to what he tried to do with Salzburg in the week. And I was like, for me, is this him being, in recent weeks, is this him being naive or arrogant? Mm-hmm. If it's a bit of arrogance, you can almost forgive it because it's like you're trying to implement something and after a while, you can run with it. But if it's naive, it's like, bro, like I always said, this is a different level. You can't expect top stars to do what you got Trossard to do. And I get people are going to be like, oh, but they're footballers, they should do it.
Do you see what he's trying to implement, though? From these early couple of games, can you look at your team and say...
I can understand what he's trying to do, but it's concerning for me when...
No, what's he trying to do?
He's trying to
Sterling and wing back. A Sterling wing back with Pulisic ain't trying to do anything. And what is he trying to do? Let's not. Because do you know what we're doing here? Because Potter is known for being this.
But that's what I'm saying.
I ain't seeing what he's trying to do.
Listen to what I'm saying. So what you're saying in totality is right. He's trying to implement what he had at Brighton, where with Trossard you can put Trossard in this half position here, and I need to follow instruction and everything. For me, you can't do that with players that are Sterlings and stuff like that. You can't tell Sterling you need to be a winger. Yes, Sterling has to work hard in general, but you can't then, you can't come from Man City and start playing wing back. I don't care what people say. Oh, they might think it's ego, the players not too big. Bro, Brighton is a different kettle of fish. You can ask any of those players to do something. Chelsea is the original player power club. Do you know how mad it is to ask somebody who's got... Thiago Silva's working harder than he's had to work in the last 2 years, bro.
But why?
In the first 5 minutes.
But here's the thing, it's the same back three. This is my thing, is I don't get why it's seeming like rocket science for him to implement. I'm like, it's the same back three system Tuchel was playing with, he's playing with. He might be trying to remix it with like a different idea and philosophy, but nobody can pinpoint to me exactly what the variables are, one. So for me, I'm thinking, with Tuchel, I felt like towards the end it was almost him trying to fit square pegs into round holes. Pulisic at wing back, Loftus-Cheek there. And I'm like, it seems like, in my opinion, this system is a failing system now for Chelsea.
For me, it's
how
like
long are you going to keep trying to force this before it's like, we need to move away from this? It's actually not working.
For me, it's like, just try something different. Yesterday, no Jorginho, no control in the middle. You want Loftus-Cheek to do a job that's not really for him, doing the drop deep thing. Cucurella's there marking 3 guys in the left centre-back position. It's like, it's just too much. The instructions you're giving to these guys, it's either they don't like it or it's not working. Try something different. And, you know, against United, it was plaudits for bringing on Kovacic and everything.
It's not plaudits.
No, it's like, okay, you change it.
Messing up your mistakes.
Eventually, it's like, we have to see it. And I remember I said to you, that United game was massive because the lights are finally on. What happens there? Rubbish performance. Midweek, you think. Again, your old team, rubbish performance. When the lights are on in key matches, the performances have not been right. So now...
But my thing is, right, when you bring in someone like Potter, right, and look, I know it takes time to build a team, or it takes time to implement something, of course. But the thing about when you brought in Potter, you would expect in at least patterns, some passages or whatever. I haven't necessarily seen that at all. You know, I haven't really seen that. And yes, he just finally lost the unbeaten record or whatever. However, I just don't think he's been able to really get in there yet and implement anything. A lot of chop and changing. The Cucurella left centre back. The thing, mate, Cucurella, you know him. That's your boy. Why he's drowning under you?
Cucurella has not performed well
is
since he came
confusing
in.
me.
He's not performed well. But what I was going to say to that is the Salzburg game. There was patterns, there was play, there was stuff going through, and it was like, okay, so it makes sense. But again, is it naivety that the way you're playing against Salzburg in the Champions League match, you want to try and do that in the Premier League, the PMP League? It's not going to, especially against a team that you know what this team's going to come and do. So why have you then left yourself exposed? It was confusing.
I think Bowley took a massive risk bringing in Potter, right?
7 years, 100%.
He took a massive risk from taking a manager. Now look, Tommy Tukes, I was on him, you know what I mean? So him going, whatever. Him him going, yeah, is understandable. Whatever. I still think maybe he deserved a little bit more time, but
100%.
whatever. He went a Champions League winner, right? And you bring in a manager who's never even been in the Champions League, who's making name from Brighton. I said, with the recruitment Chelsea did this summer, I said it's freestyle. I said it was freestyle, it was FIFA. That's what I said, it was FIFA recruitment. People cooked me, and now you guys are looking at your signings. I'm seeing your big Chelsea accounts going through your signings and saying they're mid. Bowley saw who's the in thing, like who's everyone talking about? Potter, all right, I'm going to bring you in as well. Yeah. And I just think, right, your fan base, as much as you guys want to say that you're waiting for Potter, you guys know his CV ain't cutting it, bro.
No,
as soon as there gets a little bump, you lot are gonna quickly say,
bro, even Mason's tune is changing, bro.
No,
bro, already I'm hearing big games are looking funny. That's the talk I hear 18 months in.
The thing is, for me,
I know you're looking at Potter sideways, and you was one of those that said, hey, this is a new era. We're gonna have to take the
but I also
times.
said, one of the main things I said is, at Brighton, you can afford to go in a 3-month not winning streak and everything. With Chelsea, it's different. It changes overnight.
But it's my issue with also these early subs, but these early changes that he made. Okay, the cover one, we might force that into him or whatever, but he's made a few changes which look reactionary to what's going on. But as you mentioned, at Brighton, you can get away with that. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff. Nobody's watching. We're watching the big... No one's watching Brighton v Villa. No, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So you can do all of that. We go to it and we see, oh, Brighton won 2-0. Oh, nice. You know what I mean? At Chelsea, you can't make these mistakes, bro. They look like mistakes.
It goes back
the lights
to
are different.
The original thing I opened is it naivety or arrogance? If it's arrogance and you're going to keep and then eventually get there, cool. If it's naivety, you've got to change something quick because people sniff blood. People are thinking, we can force them into change the first 15 minutes. Like, that's where it's mad. And ultimately, yes, I know there are injuries. Yes, there's no Reece James. Yes, Sterling's not been firing. Yes, we don't have a centre forward, whatever.
You got a centre forward. You have Aubameyang. Look at what they're doing now. Look what they're doing now. They don't have a centre forward.
Don't do that now.
No, I'm talking
We don't have a centre forward.
We're not going to do that.
Now they don't have a centre forward.
I'm talking about people saying that, the answer.
New trim.
Who's the answer?
Everything.
Havertz?
He's there.
Boy,
Don't worry. Court's coming.
We got Court coming soon. We got Court coming soon.
in
But he's
general,
making
a
it
full
difficult for himself.
If we on Chelsea, you've said that he's making it difficult for himself, especially where Thomas Tuchel had credit in the bank with Chelsea fans. Like, people will be like whatever they want to call him, but Champions League and everything, you go to a manager that doesn't have credentials, it's like you need to show something quick. And then when we're seeing the same of what we saw before, system and everything, it's like, but it seemed a bit better then.
I feel like...
bro, don't get me wrong, listen, I know there's loads of games and everything. Listen, get through this period and everything, but there's certain things that you just can't do. You can't flame yourself. You can't lose to your own team.
I get it. But my thing is that, and I always watch with these tactical coaches that we call, it's like, you can have a system at a specific club or whatever, but now you have different players. Can you adapt the tactics to that? I hope Potter now goes through a kind of Conte scenario at Chelsea where he's like, you know what? I've tried to remix Tuchel's little thing and my thing. Let's start a whole new scratch plan. Let's simplify it. Let's scale it back. I feel like that's what he needs to do now to get his ideas across.
He needs to have the confidence to do it as well, because ultimately, let's say you're going to change to a back four. Someone's going to have to get dropped. It's going to be, I mean, fair play. Listen, I know Mendy was injured.
I know them 2 goal line clearances were nice, but my man's starting to look his age. Bro, I know. Listen, when I said the Leacher shout last, Lisandro Martinez, a lot of people were throwing Thiago Silva in there, and I was like,
he's working hard, bro.
Have you not been watching?
He's
Thiago
working.
this season?
He's working.
Thing about the old days,
the legs.
The age is starting to show, and we're gonna discuss it soon.
Bro,
if you don't want to discuss it now.
The thing is, if you're gonna be, for me, the only reason Chelsea are playing a back three is because of Thiago to fit him in. There's no reason to play a back three with Sterling and Pulisic wing back unless you're trying to accommodate Thiago Silva.
Is he the system?
No way. There's only thing.
TS38 is the system.
This is how far they done fell.
In general, they need to.
Who's talking?
Hey, don't worry about us.
When I said we're on the rise. No,
we're going. We're going that way.
On the real, stuff needs to be addressed.
Could this be the first season we don't see the Chelsea sack bounce? Because you always
we're leaving with something. We have to.
What, you're winning a trophy this season?
We have to leave with something.
Energies have been maintained.
We have to.
I respect
the gods, drop
I respect.
please. Bespoke a trophy upon me. The gods!
I don't kill me.
The football gods! We need something, bro. We can't leave with nothing. Imagine leaving with nothing. God damn, what? Bowley
Mate.
first full season.
Somebody's got to stop you from
Roman!
winning. Someone's
Where are
going to stop that. Someone's
Nah.
going to stop that. And do you know who
Listen,
that's
it
going
can't
to be?
now.
The Redeem Team!
I wasn't even expecting it.
The
I knew it was
Redeem
coming, but I was like, why? How does that connect?
Team!
we won't even play you.
I love this.
I gotta stop it.
That's them. Honestly, hold tight, Chelsea, because that losing to your whole team like that is ridiculous. But I can't lie. Somehow, that wasn't the most ridiculous thing I saw this weekend.
Before we move on to the next one, I just got a few super chats.
Let's go.
Oh,
for it. Hey.
listen, bro. Hey, what
They're
page
from
is
today.
Listen.
It's
Yeah. We paid super chat, super chat.
We gotta get that in
Oh
sync.
my gosh.
Yeah. We paid.
It was payday Friday. It must have been. Ash is saying he wants you guys to speak more on him. Kukureya for 60 million. Speak on it. And before
Done.
you do, I just want to say, Chelsea fans were cooking me this summer, right? Because I kept
Reference, you're
saying this Chelsea team needs creativity. It's so obvious, and yet they're out here spending 100 million on a center back, 40 million on another center back, and then 60 million on a guy that can play left back, left wing back, and center back. He's like that Simpsons meme where it's like that little boy is playing chess 3 games at once, and he's losing every single one of them. Speak on Kukureya for 60 million.
Cucurella, we're gonna touch on very shortly. Don't worry. We have.
Oh,
They've requested. They've brought court papers. They've brought court papers.
The documents.
This is
They've
the
brought-
fastest
they've brought-
proceeding I've
I've
ever
never
heard.
seen, but they've brought court papers. I've seen his name's been mentioned.
Listen.
So, Cucurella we'll touch on soon. But in general, do you know why the deal was even funnier for me personally? We paid what 66 million, yeah.
Yeah.
You know we paid extra as part of that. So
Man City don't get.
no, why? So Colwell can go on loan there, and then they don't sign him. Bro,
Hey, Bowley Blues, innit? That's the Bowley Blues.
bro, man said, listen, we want that youngster, innit? We want your guy though, so we'll give you his two models. Man said, man, that starts on 16 extra million.
Put extra 10 on it.
Bro, weird.
I think you needed cover for Chilwell, which was obvious with your wing
No,
back
it wasn't
issues
cover.
last year. But
They
my
thought it
thing
was
was what you do is you get a player just under Chilwell's quality to push him, or a youngster or something like that. I just felt like you lot went blockbuster. City were
telling
trying
you.
to sign him as their starting left back.
Bowley is a FIFA merchant.
He's a tactical.
Bowley has
he reads-
agents on Twitter. I'm telling you now, Bowley has agents on Twitter. For me, that's the only reason why Koulibaly got signed. You know what I mean? He's like, oh yeah, cool, let me grab this
Dubois
one.
and them, man.
Grab Aubameyang.
I was going to say, Umir. Bro's looking at Umir's tweets. Bro's there looking at Umir's tweets. He's like, you know what?
Hey, if we see a
won't
movie,
It won't be in January.
nah, I'm telling you, bro.
Oh my gosh, don't worry, we'll get on Cuckoo. We've got time.
We
Let's
got one
more.
more. This is hilarious, bro. Fuad saying sack bound sounded super wild. Pause.
Saying what?
Ooh,
Saying what?
We move.
Sack
We
bound
moved.
is crazy.
Hey, our comment section
I
moving
didn't even
crazy.
Crazy.
I didn't even clock that.
That went over our heads still.
That went over my head. I was on
That concerns me a little bit.
Definitely concerns me
Oh
a
my
little
gosh.
bit.
People say mad lines all
we've got
day.
stuff to get into, so let's go on Liverpool. Oh my
You know what you're not talking
Oh
about.
my gosh, real talk. Fam, this is a much better show than what, you know. The product has changed.
Oh, man.
So, man, inclusive show, you know.
Hey,
But
listen.
anyway, Liverpool. The streak! The streak is over. Why did that sound like Nutty Professor? Fam, the streak is over.
Good. That streak hype. Streak hype. What was it? Without fans in the stadium or what? Streak
They said with fans.
with
and I was like,
fans hype.
what does that mean?
That don't make no sense, man. Go listen. That streak, it was long overdue. That was, as I said, no aura, no record, just L'Oreal. This is what I was trying to say. You know what I mean? You know, you know.
That was very funny. That was very funny.
Hey, I like that one.
The force field has been shattered now, man. Like anything that attached to his aura, because you know, when they beat City, it was like, yo, this aura of the record is serious. The Haaland stopper. Somerville said, yeah, hold that. You know what I mean? You hold this. I'm Somerville. You know what I mean? But now, honestly, Liverpool, it just shows where Liverpool are. Is that back-to-back losses?
They laughed at me.
Is that back-to-back losses?
They laughed at me.
They lost to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
and then they lost
Awoni last week, and then this week, yeah.
It's back-to-back losses in the league, isn't it?
Back-to-back losses in the league. Bro, it just shows where Liverpool are at the moment.
They
I
laughed at
think
me.
they are where in the league as well now at the moment. I
Laughed
think
at
they're
me.
8th.
I said these men are
Ninth.
tired. They're tired in their bodies. They're tired of Klopp. Fam, they're saying Klopp out.
Bro,
Court is going to commence. Let's not even...
Tuchel.
He's saying they're calling him up for the 3rd time to replace Klopp.
Tuchel's waiting like a pastor at church, bro. He's just there. Listen, we're going to touch on Klopp anyway, but go on, bro.
But Liverpool fans are even saying it now, where they're like, the players are tired of the message. The manager looks
They laughed
tired.
at me, bro.
And Anfield is tired. I said,
Anfield
hold
is
on.
tired.
The spirit, holy ground.
So
for me,
the
the
players
thing
are
is,
walking alone.
I keep asking Liverpool fans the same thing, where what can you lot do short term to try and fix it? And a couple weeks ago it was, let's change the system. Let's go to a 4-2-3-1 or whatever it was. Let's get a front four going. And I felt like they did that. But then Klopp again is changing the system. I feel like, is it too much chopping and changing now, where he kind of looks like, I don't know whether he's looking for ideas, or does he look like he's lost a plot and he's just scouring for anything?
Well,
Court will proceed shortly.
on Klopp, Court will proceed. But in terms of, in general, when I said the comment about them looking tired, it was physically and whatnot, but you just look at this team, like the City game, it's like, oh, one last ride.
It's easy to get yourself up for them
It's
ones.
easy to get yourself, exactly, and the amount of energy you put into that, we've done it. Forest come, you go to Forest, what happens? You get bounced. Like, these man are, who is Liverpool's stand-up performer this season?
Alisson.
And when your goalkeeper's a stand-up performer, what's that? You have a problem.
We've been there.
We've been there.
We've been there. You know what I mean? Welcome to what we've been living through. This living hell where your goalkeeper's winning Player of the Years and all that type of stuff. Welcome. I tweeted a few weeks ago, or maybe even maybe a month ago. I said, Alisson's moving. This is now the De Gea 17-18. They cooked me. They cooked me. They cooked me for saying he's moving like 17. They're like, he's clear. He's clear. Yeah, mate, he can be clear way down there in the table, saving you guys. It's fine. The same exact thing. Multiple saves, all of that type of stuff. We've seen it already. I've seen this already.
No offense to goalkeepers, but if your goalkeeper is your star performer, stand-up player,
You're finished.
you have an issue. You have
You're
an issue.
finished. You're finished.
That's scary.
It's time to just say, you know what I mean? Like, in this Liverpool cycle, whatever, it's probably finished, bro.
No, I called it. They kicked it.
They've lost 4 games this season, 2 more than last season.
Is it 4-4-4?
4-4-4.
They're saying that's Gary Neville numbers.
Bro, that's Jay-Z album.
You're childish.
Hey, he's warm. Hey, you got new
bars. We've had the new layout package.
You got a new bag. Oh my gosh. But boy, is there anything more we want to discuss on that?
It's court time.
Hold tight, no, I'm sorry, hold tight.
I was going to
Leeds
say
as well.
Jesse Marsh, I think.
Man, what do you?
They're saying Liverpool lost to some soccer players. That's what happened. They ain't got a plan for me.
Ted Lasso, he rose.
I don't know what Somerville did to get that number 10 as well, though, but
Yeah,
nice goal.
Back-to-back goals this week. It's back-to-back goals.
On Van Dijk's head as well.
Wait, hold on. We have to talk about that defending, though. We have to talk about that defending for the second goal. The lack of engagement. At this point, right? We all talk about Jockey and he doesn't want to like he doesn't want to get taken on or anything. But at this point now, it's becoming just lazy. For me, it's lazy defending now. You know what I mean? He's not engaging. He's looking. He's ball watching. He doesn't want to commit himself. In fact, I saw, I think it might have been Aronson or whoever it was, had a chance. And Van Dijk tried to actually block it with a slide tackle. I was like, this is unbelievable scenes. I can't believe what I've just seen.
I saw it at the City game. It was the same thing where I was like, yo, when he wants to get dirty, he can. But very rarely does he. But I don't think it's lazy. In my personal, I think it's arrogance. I think prior to the injury, I think he was at such an athletic level above every Premier League player, you could say. The guy benching 120, whatever he does, supreme athletic. And you're thinking, all right, after the injury, can you maintain this? I don't think he's been able to maintain that. And now it's a case of he's, as you say, scared to engage in that.
But what I would say is that arrogance or is that just...
I think it's arrogance because he's still in his head thinking, I'm not even... Because the reason why he never used to engage, I felt like, that's dirty work.
But what if he's not
you know,
engaging because he
Maldini does
can't?
hey, we don't do slide tackles, man.
But despite all
classy
him doing
defenders
the slide tackle.
do the... But the thing was, he always would read the game, outpace you or whatever. I think he still thinks he can do that.
But what if he's
It's not in your package, big man.
Just what if he's not engaging because he actually can't cover the ground to get him?
That's a possibility.
There is that as well. There is that as well.
I'm not saying he looks like Maguire stuck in the mud because Maguire looks like a fridge. Like, literally, like, but Van Dijk looks stuck. Against City, he looks somewhat mobile. But he
looked motivated.
But, like, he looks stuck in the mud. Gomez, I know, is crocked. Like, even just watching the way Gomez had the one good game.
How long are we going to run with Crocs?
Yeah.
And I'm a big Gomez fan. I was saying in the summer.
How long are we going to run with his Crocs?
Maybe he's not even crocked.
Is he Crocs? He's been fit for the last 6 weeks.
No, but
he's been fit the whole season.
The ACLs,
he's
though,
been playing regularly.
You know them knees?
I don't know, man.
Them knees, man.
I said, when him signing the new contract, I don't think that's a good thing for him because essentially you are the guaranteed fourth choice when everybody's fit. And there is no way I don't think you're going to break that pecking order with performances like this when you come in.
Who they got next? Napoli.
Next to Mings, they're saying his
Caradonna.
Varachellia.
Caradonna.
Varachellia.
you got man getting subbed off early. Trent is now just regularly getting subbed, and not even. It's like his importance has dwindled. It's real scary.
We just glossed over Nunes coming back into the side as well.
Hey, listen.
And I warned them about these types of games when he's not scoring.
I can't even lie to you, yeah. I tweeted it a few weeks ago, yeah.
I'm about to.
But you see, when I tweeted the Randy Orton, voices in my head, Nunes needs to go and see someone, bruv. He hears things when he's playing football, bruv. They didn't talk to me, got some of his decision making, yeah. Who is telling him what to do?
Shoot.
You know that Anton Deck, yeah, when they go, that's it, now slap him.
You know the Kermit meme? He's got the Kermit meme forever behind him, bro. Telling him, hey, nice turn, bro, shoot. You're on a half turn, you can do it. Shoot. Who said you can? If Cavani can, you can. Who is Suarez? You are Suarez!
What are you saying? That's that, you know when the Green Goblin, he goes to the mirror.
You and I are not so different.
Avenge me!
Hey, Nunes kills me, man.
Hey, kill Spider-Man! Hey, don't kill me,
Who's
bro.
doing this kid, though?
Hey, boy, let's get it.
man.
But anyway, let's get into this one.
Listen. It's time for court.
It's time.
Order!
Hey!
Order!
Be ready.
Good posture, boys.
You guys ready? Have you got everyone? You got your documents?
Papers are ready.
Stoppage Court.
Tea and coffee?
Can I have some custard cream, please?
Can we get tea and coffee for the three of us? All right. Yep. Thank you. Cheers.
It's been a while since we've done this, lads, but good to be back.
It's good to be back, mate.
Everyone good? Family good? Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of criminals out there right now.
Listen.
It's time to lock them up.
Listen, the streets are in disarray.
Yeah, mate.
We're here to bring the peace. I think. Let me open my case notes here.
Yeah, please. Thank you very much.
First case, standing.
Who's coming in? I'll let you take this one away.
The case that has come, it's
Should we start with the people's cases, or should we start with our individual cases?
Let's start with our individual cases. I think that's a lovely place to start. Would you
I'll
like to
get the ball
step
rolling on
forward
the first case?
Do we have the jury to give us their perspective over? You good over there?
The jury are present for today's case.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
You guys good over there? Good. Perfect.
Comment section, jury as well. Let us
Yes,
know,
sir.
guilty or not. Please bring to the stand number 7, Son Hyun Min. Fraudulent activities have been going on.
419.
Can you please Explain.
For one, we are talking about last season's Golden Boot.
Okay.
Now, when a player usually reaches a certain standard, top players, world-class players, maintain these standards. They show what they can do when they not just scoring, but contributing to the game. And Son Heung-min this season, we have been seeing fraudulent activities off the scales. Every lawyer in the country has sent cases forward and has said this man must be arraigned for fraudulent activities.
Is the warrant out?
The warrant is out.
Okay.
He is a wanted man. How do we plead on Son Heung-min this season?
Open and shut case, Johnson.
I mean, jury, you guys are feel free to join in on this one while we delegate.
Do we have any further evidence on his fraudulent activities?
What we will look at is his goal scoring record this season.
Oh, thank you
And
very
if
much.
You can see this season, Son Heung-min stats in the league. We are looking at 1 second. Let me pull them up. 3 goals in 13 games.
Hold on, calm down.
I will not have any retribution in my court.
Calm down.
These 3 goals all came in 1 game.
Oh my God.
Blasphemy!
Oh my God.
In the name of world-class players.
I heard that it was in a 20-minute cameo.
A sub-performance. He is yet to score in a starting performance this season.
Oh my goodness. This is
Shame!
Shame!
Bring this man
Evidence is overwhelming.
25 to life. Sell him in January.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
yo.
We are done with number 7.
I can't lie, that's an open and shut case. And he's wearing number 7 as well.
We are done
Get
with
him out
number
of here,
7.
man.
What is the jury saying on Heung-min Son, please?
Yeah, we're hearing convicted of fraud, theft, wire fraud, counterterrorism, organized crime, mutilation, torture, and other major illegal dealings. Arrest them now.
Wow.
And we're also hearing that there is a joint accomplice in this case. They would like to bring Antonio Conte to the charge.
Oh my God.
Guilty by association.
Objection! Objection! I will not have slanderous.
Conte's bring him to the stage. Bring him to the stand. I want Conte there too. Because,
State your case.
listen, I'm a big Conte fan. Everybody knows that.
Conte's men.
No. I never said Conte. That's Arteta's men. Conte, that's it. Okay? You need to get that right. However, the football that I am seeing at the moment,
It concerns me.
It definitely concerns me. Now, if I was a Spurs fan, I'll be extremely worried if this is sustainable football. If this is something that could take us to the heights that we want to get to. Because I was told that Spurs are the winners of this window. And so far, I don't think they have shown that they are the winners. The football is bland, it's boring. You're having to do comebacks in the 90th minute against what team was Bournemouth, against Bournemouth after being 2-0 down. Do you see this as sustainable as the team who were tipped that if Liverpool or City have a blip, may go on to lift the big one?
May I interject here, my dear fellows? This Antonio Conte, through looking through his files, he's a familiar criminal. I'm pretty sure I've seen him in my court before.
Repeat offender.
I believe I've seen him for some very similar offences. I remember, I think I was in the Chelsea magistrates, and he managed to get out of jail for doing well in his community. However, when he left, his behaviour changed somewhat. I remember a game against, I think Manchester City, and it was extremely negative. And I thought, this guy has not learnt his lesson. He is a menace to society. And I'm seeing the same behaviours pronounce themselves once more.
And what is really concerning to me,
object.
what is really concerning to me is that when he steps into the European borough, he is a tyrant. He is a tyrant.
My dear fellow.
I object.
I've just, well, hold on.
He is currently.
So, my dear fellow, he actually has arrest warrants from Interpol.
Oh my goodness.
He's an international criminal.
He currently might not qualify for his group in Europe. I am concerned with somebody that has in the 30% win rate in Europe?
Can the defense
He is
bring
a
its pace
tyrant
forward?
in Europe.
36%.
36%. Thank you for bringing the sufficient evidence to the court. Where do we stand on this one? For me,
Can the defense state its case?
I just want to put forward, as a prosecutor, I just want to put forward an ASBO. I want to put on ASBO.
You know
just
what?
something like a tag.
You know what? I can take an Asbel.
Thing.
I'll take an Asbel.
On tag, curfew 7
think-
p.m.
What are the conditions? The
And
conditions.
the reasons why I will go with the tag, I do think he does have some stain on him.
He needs to be watched.
That's
why he's on tag.
Starting of Emerson, brother. The Sanchez.
That's walking around with a
And
weapon, a
the thing
firearm.
is, I want to tell him, listen, you don't have to use these tools. We can provide you tools. But he says, no, I want these tools. You live by these tools, you die by these tools.
This is gang lord.
I don't want sentence, but an ASBO?
So
take
the
tag.
I believe
Tag. We
the
can take
conditions
that
of the tag, I believe, will
Must
be
qualify for-
must qualify for the Champions League next stage.
And must improve the brand of football.
Brand,
Must
no,
improve the
must
brand.
I
compete.
object.
And must.
I
compete.
object.
And must win a trophy this season.
Yes, I agree with that one. Jury,
Final decision, we agree with Culture Camp.
This is
thank you. Tag, 7 p.m., get home.
With 3 points.
Yeah, you next.
Next case, please.
That was a nice one.
Who will be the first name you bring forward to the case?
I need to ponder on it. The paperwork is still being processed on this.
We have several cases we have in line, so we do have to speed it up, please.
Next
It's
case.
still pending the case.
It's still pending.
The paperwork.
I would like to bring in. This one is he's a major name in the world of football. However, I think it's an appropriate time. Can you please bring in Jurgen Norbert Klopp?
God damn.
Feck. 444, like a Jay-Z album, as I mentioned. This season has shown me a serious lack of tactical nous from Jurgen Norbert Klopp. Is he, when you're competing at the highest level, he has so far, in his time at Liverpool, he has had a fixed 11. Some have actually accused them of things in the club doctor and the medical stance, but I won't go into that.
I digress.
I won't go into that. However, they've had a fit 11 a lot of the time that he's been there. When they've been successful, doesn't really rotate. Has the same kind of guys that he's run into the ground now. This is the first season where I need to see a bit of tactical quality that I've seen from Ferguson's, from Ancelotti's, even from Jose Mourinho's, from Pep Guardiola. I think it's a serious time to discuss, is he a good tactical manager?
I would like to present some evidence in this case. I've been in the courts for a long time. I've managed to look at some very, very high key cases, and this case is a bit concerning because when I look at this gentleman's conviction record, he seems to be a cyclical offender. It seems that every 7 years, he seems to repeat the same offence. He's a menace to society.
I mean, that means we have to hold him for, how long do we let this guy run riot like this?
I'm not too sure anymore.
Three offences. Yes, what we have learned is that the man is good at building a first phase of a club. Fantastic. Dortmund, he did well. Liverpool, he did well. But when it's time for the second rebuild,
The evolution.
it capitulates. And we are seeing this again. Seventh season syndrome.
I mean,
As the fans themselves had told us, the people themselves, the players are tired. The man looks tired. Anfield looks tired.
I think
I
this
say guilty on all charges.
I got a special challenge to Jurgen Norbert Klopp. If you can make 3 substitutions without one of them being James Milner, I'll give you 250,000 to whatever charity or organisation you want to. Fuck the ice bucket challenge.
That is gold.
Guilty.
Oh, guilty of all charges.
Thank you.
Thomas Tuchel.
It might even be calling
see
for
you
his
soon.
deportation.
The jury's thoughts.
Oh my gosh.
There's only one word that comes to mind. Guilty.
Thank you. Anyone
He
else
did
that
that
this-
shit. Guilty as fuck.
Anyone else that we would like to bring to court? I've done mine. He's got a pending case. Is there anyone, because we comment section,
Can
we
I
asked
read
for
out
them.
some from last week's? 'Cause
Yes.
I want to shout
No,
out to the
we're
people
gonna
who
bring them.
comment.
We're gonna
Okay.
bring these ones. These guys, they follow the instructions, so we're gonna bring that. Should we do it in order?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, okay. This is what we seem to be in good territory here. So, can we bring to the stand a Julian Nagelsmann?
This is the European one.
Yeah, I'm good with him. Yeah, they're second in league by 1 point, doing well in Champions League. I'm out on that one.
Your bag
Is
ain't
it-
deep like that.
Is
Your bag ain't deep like that.
What did you say?
Your bag ain't deep
Nah,
like that.
look at this.
it's
And you got MLS to talk about?
Low blow, man. Low blow.
And you got Vancouver Soccer Club? Get out of here, man.
judges are wilding.
Get out of here, man.
Hey, listen.
Man said you have no power.
Hey. Is it of Bayern Munich's standard, however? The job he's doing there.
I'm not impressed with how I'm not as impressed as I thought they were. I thought Nagelsmann was one of these revolutionary young coaches. However, I've seen that he's not really that, young. The guy's what, 36, 34, 36? This is unbelievable. Deep it. He's that young. Still got probably a lot to evolve. He's probably going to evolve himself. Come on, man. In your 30s, manager of Bayern Munich. You've done brilliant to get there. I'm going to let him off. 1 point off. We know they're going to crash Union Berlin. We ain't got to worry about that. I expect them to still have a decent run in the Champions League. Mane's still scoring goals. He's got Musiala hooping. Hey, this Musiala that we're all praising, Nagelsmann is getting to work with him. So, hey, I'm out on that one.
I've always said, for me, I think his football's a little bit too rock and roll. When he was at Leipzig, I think in Champions League they got caught out with that last year as well, big time. I wonder if he's learned it this year. Is it a thing where they're too strong for the league, where at some point it's going to, fix up for them? It probably will. But for me, I said the real test is Champions League. If he does not do a late Champions League run, his head needs to be on the chopping block, in my opinion.
My thing with him is obviously we talk about young
Bring
players.
back your pankers.
Oh my gosh, we talk about young this guy's so dumb. Real men. We talk about young players developing as they go along. Young coaches are the same as well, right? It's just that sort of job where ultimately the league you have to win. There's no sort of, and you have to win convincingly as well. You can't make it a struggle to win.
If I'm seeing Union Berlin game week 32 still neck and neck,
Exactly.
brother,
If they struggle,
not even Hertha.
If
You
they
supported it when it was Vanieri at the top game week 32. You were still hyping Poch. We move.
The court has decided that
What is this? Objection!
the court has decided that Nagelsmann is too young for jail, so we're going with juvenile.
I think not guilty. Caution.
Caution.
we got it.
Caution.
Caution. If he reoffends in the next 3 months, he'll be back in our court.
Stop rapping and re-offending.
You know what the Japanese man. Hey, listen, I can't lie. After today's developments with a Reece Nelson, a serious arrest warrant. A serious, as in, when the mark cars here are just bombing, Seat of London style, like, Dave in Top Boy. It's like, get down! Jadon Sancho, the jury, they're outside the court like it's an OJ case. They're saying that the glove fits. They're saying he has to be sent down.
Listen, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good, bruv.
It's not looking good. I mean, Gareth Southgate was at Old Trafford today. He didn't even come onto the pitch. It's got to a point where Elanga's now starting. Garnacho started on the weekend. I'll be seriously concerned if I am Jadon Sancho. So, listen, I'll leave that guy for you guys. I'm happy to put him on tag. I'm happy to put him on tag.
Sancho, man. I worry that we're gonna lose him to the jail system. In all honesty, I feel like just what's next for him? What is next for him? Because he was seen as, in my eyes, the third one after Mbappe and Haaland in that race. Whether it was Foden, Sancho, Felix, Havertz, it was always those names you were seeing thrown around.
Set man as well.
I'm like, he is nowhere to be seen. I know there's another name in there we'll spin back on, but I just feel like he's fallen off so far off that radar now. He's fallen so far off the England radar. United, even though this season, I think last week you said as well, he scored a couple goals where your confidence should be up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're starting pretty much every game. You should have a bit of flow to your game. He doesn't seem to have any of that. And you said it's big confidence, but at some point confidence, it's like you can't just keep using that and thinking everything has to be coddled around you. This ain't the Bundesliga, bro. This is the big dogs league now.
In relation to the court, as you've mentioned, I don't know if sending the honourable gentleman, I don't know if he becomes a reformed character by going to jail. That is what the jail system is for. We're here to reform and integrate people back into society.
Yep.
We need him running a wing, not the jail wing.
I feel like this young gentleman could maybe be on a mentorship program where the leaders of the community gather around him, uplift him, and take him to a better place.
I agree.
Who are the leaders of the community?
I think he needs just a bit of youth.
CR30s.
I think he just needs, YOI. You know what I mean? That's about it. Young Offenders Institution. And we'll watch him closely. And I think that's about it. Mentor him.
Some community service.
I think there'll be a nice there. I think people would say, yo, give him 10 years.
No, that's too far.
They're saying Cam's turned soft in the comment section.
Do you see what I'm saying?
They're saying he fell off.
I'm trying to be keeping neutral here.
Listen.
I think they want 5 to 10 years at least.
Oh, no, not in this.
If Son is getting 25?
Nah, Son is 29,
You gave him
30 years old.
25. You said he should be sold in January.
Son is 29, 30 years old, you know what I mean? I feel like he needs mentoring.
Youth offenders.
He needs an opportunity to reinvent himself, to be a new man. We're just gonna send the man away like that? This is what's wrong with the judicial system. This is what's that.
Judicial. Not judical. I don't know what a judical is. Are you calling Judy? Who's that? Tell me.
Jodeci.
You stupid.
Man said, yeah, I love that man.
Yeah, I've got another man, sorry.
No, there's one here.
The chat wants to bring one to the stand. That's okay.
That's fine.
It better be who I think it is.
I don't think you're gonna like this one.
Oh, see what?
Chad have said that there is a case for defamation of character here. A certain Jack Grealish against Miguel Almiron's name. Defamation.
Bang it hard.
Yeah, to be fair, that is a very good one. Defamation of character. That's a good one.
Slanderous.
That's a good one.
Hate speech.
He can be sued for that. He can be sued for that.
How do we handle that one though?
25 to life.
Message him.
Never, no
message him.
release, no parole, no bail.
Look at this guy.
Solitary confinement.
Hey, this
For
guy.
defamation of character.
No,
You're talking like he's a terrorist.
Electric chair! Get it ready! Now!
I think that's a light fine. You know what I mean? Don't do that again.
We'll take it to civil court.
Yeah.
This is,
I think that's education right there. He needs an educational course.
but
That's true.
I was gonna say so, but
That's true. He does, but
you can't even read.
nah. There's a serious one. There's a serious one that guys are ignoring in abroad. There's a serious one out here, and it hurts because this is a real men CEO.
Who will we bring in?
I know. I'm ready.
Please.
El Chulo.
We losing recipes. Real men FC losing recipes.
Simeone.
Now, in my time as I've been in Britain for a long time, but I'm of West African descent. The aura of magic and black magic. I was born here.
Oh, okay. Boat. Okay, no. Okay, you're.
The aura of black magic and juju is it's one I'm very familiar with. However, the dark sins, they seem to be clouding the master of the dark arts.
Yep. I mean, the youth, what they call this is a loss of recipes. The women of today, they're not in the kitchen cooking. We are losing recipes. Diego Simeone, the sauce is gone. The sauce is gone. Remember, we used to sit back in the day. We used to sit back and love. We used to be like, yes, watching Atletico Madrid. They were probably the only low block team people wanted to tune into because it was fun. It was exciting. It was real men, go and get the win. real men at it, as Graham Souness says.
Desire.
And then they will go and get the win. I remember when they went and beat Liverpool, when that was amazing. Morata, all of what they did, they were everyone's favourite second team. Everyone just loved it. The fairy tale story. Now, it's dry. They concede goals. They've conceded 12 goals in the league this season. But I feel like Madrid usually are in single.
That's very bad.
It's clean sheets galore. Now they've conceded 12 in the league. They're not going to Europe. They might even go last in the Champions League group. They are 100% not qualifying. At this point now, I think Atletico Madrid and Diego Simeone should part ways and move on.
I would like to present.
Go and test yourself abroad. Go and test yourself somewhere else.
I would
It's
like
enough.
to present some evidence.
Living off being the club legend and the support and being the highest paid manager in world football.
He made them what they are.
I have
Now it's
some more
time to
evidence.
move on.
Atletico ain't Atletico without him.
And free João Felix.
I have some more evidence. In my time of prison of being in these courts, I've seen men change their ways because they've been rejuvenated. However, this honourable gentleman we're discussing, he tried to buy some players that were away from the mould. However, he gelled them.
They didn't buy in.
And now those players are now the players that are freeing him. Those players are now coming on to score 2 goals against Cadiz. Have I pronounced that right?
Correct.
He has to go to jail. He has to.
I don't know.
João Felix, for the treatment of João Felix, that is an extra 5.
No.
Wait, hold on. That is an extra 5. The magic, as I said, it's
object.
not working.
I object.
Oh my God.
I object. I will
Lock
not,
him up!
I will not have Diego Simeone sent to jail for his services to the community, for all the good work he has done for 10 years to Madrid. Real Madrid ran that city.
Yeah, but that's in the past. Listen,
Real Madrid ran that city, and they still do to the Champions League.
Sir Fuad, respect the honourable gentleman.
They became champions.
Sir Fueddington. You see, the thing about the old days, the old days. Today, they are not it anymore. They are not it.
I get that.
He has been given unlimited money.
He has splashed the cash.
Where do we go
Barcelona are not
We
even.
start again. We rebuild.
Barcelona are even pulling out all these levers. They're not even lit like that.
For me, Atletico had the choice to walk away last year. You made your bed, you lie in it now. You turn away now just because you got knocked out of the Champions League. What if they turn around and win the Europa?
Well, you know what?
What if they finish third and win the Europa? How bad of a season is it then?
Sir Fuaditon?
Not impressive.
It ain't that bad.
Sir
Let's
Thornton.
remember who made the Europa League relevant. Atletico.
Sir Fraudington?
Sevilla, respect Sevilla. Come on.
Sir,
UEFA Cup.
The court is making a decision as we speak, actually.
Thank you.
These lot rule not only for Simeone, they want a dual imprisonment.
Ooh.
Simeone and a certain Max Allegri. They want them together, not just
Max
in
Allegri
the,
is an open and shut case.
not just in the jail.
Wait, hold on. So Max Allegri, he doesn't have the old days credit of when he was winning leagues and getting to Champions League finals and losing, just like Simeone, to a Real Madrid and a Barcelona team.
Winning leagues off of Ancelotti's AC team. Winning leagues of Conte's Juve team. We don't sloppy second, man. Go away. Send him to 25.
The court has decided that both should not just be in jail, they should be under the jail. And that's the final decision by the court.
Guantanamo Bay!
It's not enough. It's not enough.
Free Cholo, man. Free Cholo for life.
Listen.
You man don't respect real men no more,
Oh,
man.
but Max Allegri, what's he?
I have a court case that is going to be thrown out this second.
This is the last one.
There are 2 people, or 2 members of the community that have brought the same court case forward. And I just want to say, where's the camera? Racismo, no?
Oh, yeah.
Racismo, no? Racismo, no?
Racismo, no?
Wait, which one is
They have brought Patrick Vieira, a pillar of the community. A pillar of the community.
Now we're doing this.
Within Black
This is
History
what
Month.
we're doing now.
To court in Black History Month.
Why?
Racismo, no?
Patrick Vieira for what?
I don't know. When I saw it, I was laughing.
The guy's
I had to send it in.
The guy's 10th.
Racismo, no?
Why would Patrick Vieira be brought to court?
I have no clue.
Not on
We
this
should
platform.
take him to the town hall and give him the freedom of the city. He should not be in court.
Not on this platform. He's doing wonders in South London.
Hey, some honourable mentions I will ring off as well.
For court.
Andy Robertson.
Next one. No, he's
He's mid with the rest of them. He's on a joint enterprise.
Fabinho.
Fabinho.
That's open.
That's a
closed
recall.
case.
Yeah.
That's a recall.
Trent, of course. We don't even need to speak on that one. Let me see if I missed any others as well.
They're avoiding this one certain man from Liverpool, but we'll come to that. We'll come to that later. I'm building something on that one. I opened and closed it the other day, but people are bringing more evidence.
The jury have brought one name over and over again.
I know who it is.
And it's one that I think it's a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know which one it is.
It's your boy.
They would like to bring Raheem. They would like to bring Raheem Sterling to the front.
100%.
The man I was trying to bring forward 2 weeks ago.
100%.
When I was telling them, hey, we got to keep an eye on a certain someone out there. And they were like, hey, man, I ain't seen too much of Chelsea this season. I said, oh, I have. And I've been looking at that boy. They told me he was the franchise star signing this summer. They said, oh, forget Pewley. Oh, forget Oba. We got Sterling. It don't matter. Forget Kai. We got England's main man. Hey, come. This can be your team, man. Over in London. Come here, man. You real Blues, man. Remember, what was he saying to my man? Hey, what position you play, big man?
Malang Sarr.
Yeah, you know when you come in like the big chief, you're in the team like, who are you? Yeah, nice to meet you, man. I'm Raheem, bro. Yeah. Where you now, big man? Where are you, Raheem? We're looking for you.
I would like to discuss.
Man said Raheem. Yo,
Raheem.
Man said Raheem.
Abdul Raheem.
Man said Ra.
When I look at today's society and the percentage black people.
Try use this now. I dare you.
Black people within this nation make up 3%.
He's using race to threaten us.
Black card denied.
Black people within this nation make 3%. However, when you look at the incarceration figures,
But they make
disproportionate.
43% of the Premier League.
And when you look at the incarceration figures, I think it's unjust. I think there's too many black men that are falsely imprisoned. They're not given a chance to reform.
I mean,
They're not given a chance to show how valued they are to the community of football.
I would say.
So in terms of this case, I understand there are some concerns. I understand there are some red flags. I understand that he is in a holding cell right now. However, I think that this is not an urgent case we need to see right now. I feel the cases we've seen today are more pressing. And he is our next line of... In fact, he's first on the list for the next cohort.
He's on remand right now.
He is.
This will be
waiting
pushed
for-
back 2 weeks for sure.
He is.
We're
In
waiting
fact-
for CPS to tell us if we're getting charged or not.
Exactly.
We're waiting for CPS to, tell us if
for
it's
now,
a charge.
we cannot... Innocent until proven guilty. We do not work in the business of giving our personal opinions. We look at the facts. And therefore, for this present moment, we will have to bring his case officially.
But on a joint enterprise, there's a certain guy that we have been speaking about for about 2 seasons.
Havertz is in trouble.
And
Kai Havertz is in trouble.
he plays for, and he actually goes by a gang name called Killer Kai. I'm extremely threatened that they are calling him Killer Kai. So I'm threatened by that. His performances. When is he going to turn up now? When he scored a goal last a header because Conor Gallagher put in a little cute one. It's not good enough for the money that they paid for him, for what we've expected. I think he should be on a joint enterprise, and I think he should get a worse sentence than Raheem.
Raheem hasn't actually been sentenced yet. I would like to correct you there. However, their case is together. However,
I'm going to see what type of judge you are on this.
The issue here is the defense have a lot of money. They've managed to pull some strings.
No. Unfortunately, Bond denied. Bond denied.
10 to 15. Start getting the electric chair ready. We're cooking that little bratwurst this summer. I'm telling y'all, we coming! Kai Havertz! We want you! I'm sick of you lot trying to do this, Chelsea fans. Every single year, every single week, it's like, nah, give him time, he'll come good. Scores 1 or 2 goals. You ain't tricking me, little man. You ain't tricking me no more. I'm on you this year. We are sentencing you now. We are sentencing you in the next court session. And end of year, we are sentencing you again. Fraudulence of the highest grade.
I think that court is a joint.
Court is a joint for the day. We'll be back in a few weeks.
I think we need a factory reset.
We'll talk.
We need a factory reset.
You know what?
Production.
Give us 2 minutes, please.
Factory reset. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you're good. Just brush your hair.
Man. That was a hard day in court. Listen, this has been a fun episode, but as is, tradition, we won't do questions this week because we've had some good engagement. But make sure you comment. As is custom, champs and duds. Duds first.
Yep.
So Duddery has to go to Chelsea, to Liverpool.
Of course.
There was something else that was pure Duddery that I forgot. Damn. Those are my two main duds. You got any duds?
Do you know what? I didn't really... Have I got duds this week? I think everyone's been pretty decent this week. There was one that I had, but I've completely forgot about it. I completely forgot about the one that I had in mind. Yeah. I mean, there was duddery by Mbappe by not completing that Neymar assist. It's not enough to be dud of the week. It's not.
You think I'm gonna let you replay that for 50 years in my head?
Whatever.
Did you tweet that? I was like, nah, that's spot on. You think you're gonna get that historic highlight on me?
Nah.
Oh hell no! They gonna remember my highlights, big man, at this club, not yours. Who are you? Nay, hi.
He said it's self-sabotage. He said, who's you? Nah, that was duddery, but nah, I haven't really got any this week. I'll let people off.
Yeah. I've got a champ, but I would like to.
I think Atletico getting knocked out of the Champions League, of course.
Oh my gosh, thinking about officially got knocked out, didn't they?
Juventus,
yes,
as well.
No,
Duddery.
do you know Juventus as a whole establishment is duddery because
I think they've had it like 2 out of the last.
Yeah, no,
weeks.
but who is the name of the centre back who the Racismo no? Bonucci, right?
Bonucci,
yeah. So that club.
No,
does that.
Racismo no was Neymar.
No, but I'm saying he was racist. He was. But I find it it concerns me a little bit that this club is struggling, and they're relying on the efforts of the black man to bring them back to where they need to be. Why is Illing Jr.
Who the hell is that?
One Chelsea youngster that's saving them. Got a goal on the weekend, came off the bench, got the assist. They're just rolling them out. They're like, help! They're like, run, bro, run!
No love. Miretti don't get no love. Vlahovic, Milik,
bro.
Chelsea kid.
Get out here, man! You saw the performance.
These are Cobham hype. Any chance they get, I'm sick of you, man.
Cobham,
no more.
Cobham. You saw the performance.
No maths.
But I would say no. For me, Juve and Allegri, Atletico, Duddery, for sure. And then
Champ, Reece Nelson.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's not in the first, but listen.
That's what you call taking your opportunity. Well
100%,
done.
100%.
Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. You know what I mean?
Going to hate us for not talking about them this week.
What are we talking about? You beat
Listen, man. It gets lonely at the top. It gets lonely at the top.
Wait, we've been speaking about Arsenal every single week. You beat Nottingham Forest at home. Let's reel it in.
It gets lonely at the top.
We're now talking about you as a top team. We could be talking about Kevin De Bruyne right now and his free kick and stuff, but we're not. Because when you get to that level,
it gets
lonely at the top. You guys should see it as a sign of respect.
It gets lonely at the top.
These guys, man. I think a champ has got to be Rash for getting 100 goals. 100 goals straight from the academy. Not many academies can say that they've got a player that scored 100 goals for their club, man. That's successful for Carrington. That's a successful academy graduate. I saw some people say, oh, what, in 8 seasons? You speak to any academy director, any academy coach, and you say to them right now, one of these players in your little pickings here is going to go on to score 100 goals for the club. They will say...
They'll take it.
They'll be like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. So... well done to him for getting 100 goals for Man United. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah. I'd go Jesse Marsh, Somerville.
Yeah.
Nice,
that's a nice
body
one.
bagging dagger at the end as well in a big game. I think those big games always...
He kept it himself in his celebration as well.
Who was the other one? Brighton, of course, as well.
Yeah.
I thought they deserved something.
100%.
I think Grossen, Trossard. Again,
we got to bring back Baller Watch.
It's just weekly now. Almost,
it's just
Newcastle continually doing their thing. They're literally in the top 4. 4-0 pumping at Aston Villa. We just gave a shout to Miggy. Big him up for that for that goal as well. 6 goals in the calendar. 6 goals this month. Level with Erling Haaland. That's incredible.
Can I give one shout out?
Yeah.
More than Grealish has an entire Man City squad as well.
It's uncomfortable.
Trossard again of a goal this weekend. He became the first player ever to score a manager's first 5 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Trossard, man.
He's available on a free this summer.
When I said the whole thing, when I said
that's the kind of player I want to be looking at.
When I said the Trossard thing about the Red Devil, he has to
move.
Marcus Edwards.
Oh,
hey, he deserves a champ actually, 100%.
That's definitely
He's having a
right.
good little
They said
Champions League
fours.
campaign as well.
Fours up.
I've been begging for him to come back for years.
He's
bruv.
not coming back, but he's having a good Champions League campaign though. For his first full Champions League campaign to what?
Yeah.
I think it's 3 goals, 2 assists, something like that.
Yeah, man of the match in
Speaking
both the
the real-
games against Spurs as well, and then they want to talk about
speaking
obviously.
real.
Yeah, just speaking how he wants to speak. People are saying he needs media training and all
No,
that. type of stuff.
he's good.
Yeah, he's speaking like how he will speak. He's speaking like how you speak, how you speak. So I don't see why he needs media training. And as I said,
That's racist.
But Cole Palmer can say "Prem soon come," and everyone's oh yo,
court guy and he's in no blood,
I mean, his great grandfather's black.
I said.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm watching
Listen,
y'all
man.
closely, but
Listen, man, that is another episode. Like, share, subscribe, comment, algorithm, audio coming out soon. World Cup plans, we're going to let you know soon. We've got stuff coming, man. Listen, we're cooking. Keep helping us, keep pushing us. Follow the individual socials as well. Listen, man, the merch might come, it might not come, but tell us how much you like the D-Generation X thing.
DX.
Listen, man, we'll be back next week, man. You already know what time it is. We're out.
I should have did it like this, yeah.